Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rafi Chowdhury here with RafiChowdhury.com, and today I'm going to make a quick video sharing content from David Reimer. David is an expert at marketing, runs a digital marketing agency. As you can see, he contributed to RafiChowdhury.com recently, and he's just a good person in general to follow. So yeah, let's get right into it. So David's post is related to your content marketing strategy, what to do, and how to make it work. So what David shares with us is some basic tips. I think that most content marketers, it's kind of like the core of content marketing that you have to understand. And the first thing that he talks about is why companies fail. And the reason for that is because most people don't give content a chance, and they don't understand how easy it is to create content. Just think about, like, if you guys follow any of my stuff, I create content on the go. Like, I just made a video earlier today, just shooting around and kind of talking about the importance of exercise in business. But if you don't have time to sit down and make, videos, just make it on the go while you're driving. Just pull out your camera, make a video, and upload it to YouTube. Just keep creating and creating value by sharing with people what you're learning in your business, and chances are people will start to follow you after a while. The second thing David talks about is that most people don't really give content. They don't have a proper way to send that content over to the right places. The content doesn't get seen, and they don't have any way to syndicate that content. So you got to partner up with people that are going to share your content, people that are going to talk about your content. They're going to link to it. They're going to mention it in their posts and things of that nature. A good example of content marketing is obviously Neil Patel. He's very well known in this marketing space, and you'll notice he constantly creates content, not just on his website, but he's now creating content on his YouTube channel, on his Facebook. He's regularly engaging with his audience and letting them know who he is, what he does, and how to take your business and make it as successful as his are. So he's always sharing his tips, hints, and secrets with all of us, and that's huge. The next thing that David talks about is why content is important to your business. Obviously, as you might know, content is important because, again, it presents you as an expert authority in your space. And if you educate your audience, chances are when you go to sell them something, you've already created the value right up front. You sell them, create the value up front, give them something for free so they can kind of get a chance to work with you. And then you kind of take them up what we would refer to as a value ladder, which means basically you provide value at each step, and you sell them on a higher and higher ticket item until ultimately you sell your highest ticket item at the top of that ladder. So if you follow that kind of approach, you will see quite a bit of success with your sales as well as your content marketing. So obviously in content, you have to identify your goals, try to figure out who your audience is, where they're hanging out, and what is the message that you can create to reach that target audience. Which brings us to the second point: who is your target audience? You have to understand, what is your buyer persona. Your audience isn't just all girls or all guys or all business people. It's probably more targeted than that. So you kind of have to segment your audience, try to really figure out who this person is, what their life looks like, what message resonates with them the most, and what are their problems in their lives or in their businesses they're facing that you can actually solve. Create a vision statement. Figure out, start with why. They start asking, let your audience know why you do what you do and what's your overall goal for what you do. And without that, if you're not starting at why, then ultimately it'll be very hard for you to build a brand. You may be able to make a business in the short term, but if you are looking to establish a brand, you're going to have some reason behind why you do what you do, and it cannot be as simple as just, well, make more money. Yes, every business's goal is to make more money. I get it. But ultimately, in terms of your audience, you have to kind of give them a chance to understand what's your reasoning behind the service or the product that you sell and why you're selling it. Keywords, obviously, keyword research is huge. If you try all day, create the best content in the world, you're probably not going to rank for the word cars. So try to go after words that are long tail, that have high search volume but low competition. Things that people are asking but nobody's answering. Those are the questions that you want to answer first when you start out in any kind of content marketing strategy. So setting up your editorial calendar, that's very important. Is that if when you're blogging or you're creating content, you want to be consistent with it. If you blog once a week, always blog once a week. If you blog 5 times a week, always create 5 pieces a week, because that way your customers, your audience knows what's coming their way, and they're ready and prepared for it, and they will appreciate it much more than if you just randomly pop out content, because they're not following it, they're not looking forward to it, they don't know when it's coming their way. So it's going to be much harder for you to keep them engaged in that content. So which platforms do you use? Again, figure out how to best get that message across. If your audience is mostly hanging out on LinkedIn, you're in a B2B space, and you spend all your time marketing on Snapchat, well, good luck, because maybe chances are your CEOs of IBM and FedEx probably aren't using Snapchat every day to reach their, get their business message across. So reaching them on Snapchat makes no sense. But if you're trying to create a social media company and you want to target teenagers, hey, if you're hanging out on LinkedIn, you're trying to sell those people, you're not going to reach them. They're not hanging out on LinkedIn. So figure out which platform should you be creating content on, what should you be using for your content, which platform should you be using for your content, as well as which platforms your audiences are, audience base is using to reach your message. Check your resources again. That's very important. You obviously want to be authentic and educate your audiences in a way that's actually true and that's actually going to help them. You don't want to teach them the wrong stuff just because you need something to teach. Try to find stuff that actually provides value, that they can read this, they can watch it, they can listen to it, and right away, as soon as they turn that computer off, they can go and implement it to somehow better their life or their business. So don't lose out. Obviously, content marketing is a huge part of should be part of your game plan, especially in 2018. Google, these kind of platforms, Facebook, for example, doesn't want you to just create a landing page with some sales copy and drive traffic and make sales. They want you to create content to help a lot of people and answer questions and share your content via these social media sites. So try to figure out what can I create that's gonna engage this audience that's already here, and Facebook will, Google will award it by showing your content to a lot of people, because it's impacting their lives and it's helping them out with their businesses and their lives. So David obviously is a very well-known entrepreneur, and he's a founder of Magnificent Marketing. He runs a full-service marketing agency, specializes in content marketing, SEO, email, social media, and advertising. He's got a ton of experience. Obviously, go follow David. He's a great guy to follow. Amazing entrepreneur, and they have some amazing resources on their blog as well, which is magnificent.com. Thanks again, guys, for joining. Rafi Chaudhry here from rafichaudhry.com.